We are talking about the governor's state of the state address that was given last night. Senator Ramesh Akbari joins us live from Nashville. Senator, good to see you as always.
Always good to see you as well, Alex.
Thank you very much. The governor says he plans to provide an $80 million grant for the Memphis Safety Initiative. Most would agree Memphis has a crime problem, but is this a good use of our taxpayer dollars?
I think so. We're looking at some developments around the downtown area. There's going to be money for workforce development, which really is a gift that keeps on giving. You're able to reduce crime by giving people an opportunity. And then another one to look at violence mitigation, another $15 million for that. So I think it's a great use. I think Memphis needs these funds, and I think that it will help our local law enforcement really augment the work that they're already doing to reduce crime.
And as you well know, there's been so much debate about crime and how it's being handled, especially with the federal enforcement coming in as well. The Memphis Safe Task Force has reported making almost 5,000 arrests here in Memphis. The governor says this partnership with the federal government has been nothing short of extraordinary, generational change for Memphis, and he says it's proved critics wrong. Do you agree?
Well, I'll tell you, Memphis, like other major cities, was already on a downward trajectory for crime. Obviously, having additional federal resources around drug enforcement, warrant serving is helpful. Certainly having coordination with our local law enforcement from state troopers is helpful. The thing is, who's going to pay that tab? I know that it's stressing the budgets of our city and our county. And also, I think that we kind of need to really reflect and see, okay, 5,000 arrests, what do those arrests actually look like? Are we really targeting violent criminals, or are these a lot of traffic stops? I just want to see more information, get more data.
And what about the addition of 50 state troopers to the state's ranks at a cost of $40.7 million and 100 troopers to be placed in the city of Memphis? Is this a good investment?
I'll tell you, it's part of a long-term trend with the state of Tennessee to get the state trooper numbers up to a certain amount. I know that state troopers have helped with enforcement on highways, particularly immediately after the COVID era. So, I mean, I think that we do need more state troopers across the state. I don't know if we need 100 in Memphis, but certainly looking to hear from MPD and the city of Memphis on how they plan on utilizing those resources.
Senator, let's talk about something else, affordability issues for just the average Tennessean. I know a lot of Democrats said the governor is kind of mixed the mark here. How do you see it?
Well, I think that the governor talked about some initiatives and kind of reflected back on his, 7 years of service. But at the end of the day, housing prices are at an all-time high. Gasoline and electricity are at all-time highs, and groceries are at all-time highs. And so we really need that type of support, right? Something that's going to actually make the dollar for the average Tennessean go further. So we need affordable health initiatives. We need to look at our rising electricity costs. We need relief with our grocery tax. Those are things we're looking for. And certainly, last, not to leave it out, healthcare. We see the changes on a federal level, how that has impacted folks' premiums. We are still a state that has not expanded Medicaid. I mean, I know I've been having this discussion. This is my 13th session. That could go a long way to providing care for people in this state. So we do have things that we could do differently that could make things easier for the average Tennessean.
And Senator, also talk to me about education. We heard the governor really wanting to expand the amount of dollars being used for vouchers. And I know there's been so much debate, especially here in Memphis and Shelby County, saying a lot of marginalized communities here, which we know are quite a few, did not get their fair share. How do you see this?
That's true. The majority of the folks who qualified or who were able to receive the vouchers were already in private schools. So it's really helping folks who are not the neediest amongst us. And I'd also argue that we just don't have enough data. We've seen in other states where vouchers have not been successful. The children in the public schools are outperforming their private school counterparts. That's the same with the data we have for the 2 years that this program has been in place. So before we make this broad expansion, which $155 million is a lot of money, we really need to get more data to make sure that this program works. Instead, we should really try and bolster some of the services that were provided with the additional COVID funds, like summer reading camps, wraparound services at schools, literacy trainers. That really did move the needle forward for achievement in our schools.
And Senator, one last thing that was not discussed last last night by the governor. That has been a huge issue for the city of Memphis and Memphis-Shelby County Schools, the state takeover or state intervention legislation. What are you hearing about that? Is that still on the table by Republicans? And are you hoping that Democrats will have some type of pushback?
You know, it's definitely on the table, and we do have pushback. They're still trying to decide between a compromise of the Senate version of the bill and the House version of the bill. But if viewers take nothing else away from this, Memphis-Shelby County Schools is performing at the same level of about 140 other school districts out of 190 school districts. If we really want to utilize our resources and our time, why would we have a state-appointed commission that completely takes away the power of an elected board? So I want you to think about that. A board that you elected will have no power to make real decisions, and instead, a board of appointed local folks appointed by the state of Tennessee will. There's not enough accountability there, so we do have pushback. We'd like to see community members, philanthropic members, business community members be in a more advisory role to the school board. Because at the end of the day, if people in Memphis don't like how the school board is functioning, that's what elections are for. Vote them out.
All right, Senator Ackberry, as always, good to see you. Please stay in touch.
You too, same.
My pleasure.